Welcome back to episode 88 of Tall Boy Radio. 88, two fat ladies, as the old bingo saying goes. So, if you want to go around the room and introduce not fat ladies, but fat gents, say hello.
Was that my cue then?
Say you heard me. Listen, I'm not one to speak.
Hi, guys. Looking forward to this again, as always. And I'm drinking this week. Haven't had it for a while. It used to be one of my favourites on the podcast, but Hoegaarden, depending on how you pronounce it, 4.9% Butte. And just in case that goes, I have a 6.6% left, which I've just been reliably informed is available on tap in a local boozer in Old Sea. Just so that's always a bonus. So yeah, looking forward to this.
Indeed, Andy.
Howdy. I'm getting delirious on a delirium red. Swimming in it. Yeah. I'm getting giddy already. I've had like 3 sips.
Yeah, that's it. What he doesn't tell you is all the Hague whiskey you consumed before he got here earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this one, Andy, this is one actually you've mentioned to me a few times. You tagged me in a few, I think, Facebook posts, whenever it's been on there. And it's Wild Weather John Peel Banana Milkshake IPA. So, as you know, or anybody knows, I do enjoy banana, especially banana flavoured beer. And that one, 5.5, I got to tell you, it is, yeah, it's good.
The John Peel?
I don't think it's anything to do with John Peel, rather than just a play on words with, because you would peel a banana, yeah. Okay. So I don't think it's anything to do with him. I could be wrong, but I tell you what, it's quaffable. It's one that I could sink quite quickly because it's a very subtle taste of banana, but the banana's there. It's not like a Mongozo banana.
Well, that's okay, because I'm not a massive banana fan and I hate Mongozo, but if it's just a hint.
Just an undertone. I like it. I do.
Undertones of beer, which was the one that you gave me to try, and it wasn't really an undertone of Marmite. It was quite a distinctive taste of Marmite. Yeah. And I was talking to Adam earlier, Andy, and not for me. Not for me. No, not really. And I said I sort of don't mind Twiglets. I'm not a massive Marmite fan. But that beer, dude,
is awful.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Yeah, it gets Marmite a bad name, doesn't it?
It wasn't great.
Have you tried it yet, Andy?
No, now you've given it a really good review. I might give it to someone else.
Listen. If you enjoy it, there's still one going. There's still one spare. Nobody's claimed it. Funnily enough,
I'm not being funny. There's people that like the Duchess, so everybody else, each to their own and all that. So you might like it.
Yeah, takes different strokes to move the world.
It does. Different strokes.
I'll give it a go tomorrow or something. I'm gonna line my stomach with something.
Definitely.
Not Boilermakers.
If I was just about to say a bit of whiskey, you'd be fine.
So how have we been getting on anyway? Has anybody fired into that reload rub yet?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to tonight, but Jenny and Amy were late home, so we've had to go pizza. But no, so I have got, I'm going to do, for the oily, I think I'm going to put a little bit in a chili, and I've got some chicken, and hence why I asked the question, is it best to sort of pre-rub or post-flake?
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going pre-rub. It's
the motions more than the words.
So I'm definitely going pre-rub. And we'll see, because I think I did the best out of the bunch.
The packing heat, I think, will go really well with chili.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to do that. And then I think I got the, was it the Chipotle one as well? I think I got...
Or a barbecue, savoury barbecue one.
Savoury barbecue one, yeah.
And
so
Andy got the Chipotle.
I think that's going on some chicken. So I might do a little bit of a play on a bit like a jerk chicken type thing, but with that. And then nice. We'll go from there, so yeah.
You're going to jerk that rub?
Innuendo bingo, folks.
Don't that chicken.
So no, I haven't tried it yet. I've obviously heard good things from you two guys who have tried it. So talk us through what you did then.
Well, do you want to go first, Andy? Tell us what you did, because you've been rubbing your meat in the kitchen, haven't you?
Every day, baby. Woo! Yeah, I smashed down some chicken and I put it on a griddle pan. Oh my god, it was beautiful. The weather was shit, so I couldn't do it on the barbecue. So yeah, griddle pan.
Excellent.
Chicken, it's beautiful.
You don't, 'cause you got gas going.
I try to make him go.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, it's really good stuff though. I loved it. Well addicted to it already. Well, I poured loads on, barely, and it's not gone down the little jar thing.
Well, I've used mine like 3 times now, and yeah, I've still got a good couple of meals out of them, I reckon. So I've done 3. I did a mac and cheese, and I topped it with the ballistic, which is the everything bagel flavour. So it's a really sort of salty, garlicky, and it's got a deep crunch to it as well. I don't know if you've got bits of bagel in it. It's got some really large pieces, and it adds a nice bit of texture. I mixed it with the breadcrumbs on top of a mac and cheese, and it was awesome. And then I put the fully loaded in a chili, and it did give it a really, really rich flavour. But I thought as I was eating it, I had the packing heat that would work way better in a chili. Just give it a bit of a robust kick to it.
You see, I think what I will do, because Abigail doesn't, to my youngest daughter, she's not a massive sort of, she'll eat the chili, but she's not a massive sort of spicy fan. So I think what I'll do, I'll probably do two pots of it, and I'll use the rub in one for me, and I'll put a little bit of extra spice in, and then we'll just do a one for some Jenny and the kids. But I'm looking forward to it, because I was a bit like, what would it go better? And is it chicken? Would it be steak? Would it, other meats obviously are available. But then I thought, after texture, I thought, no, chili, that just goes.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's.
Well, I've put it on chicken tonight. I did fully loaded on chicken thighs. Kids didn't have it, it's not the sort of thing they're into, but me and the wife did, and it was phenomenal. And then we had skin on fries with it, and topped it with the ballistic, so the everything bagel one. So that was really salty and peppery chips with this really flavoursome chicken. And I've got to tell you, sticking it on the meat, like Andy said, he did it in the griddle. I did it in the oven, and I stuck it on a really, really high heat, sort of really get those juices sort of packed in there. You're getting a nice sort of dry out. I said, oh my word, it was amazing.
Obviously the chili, just chili, but I think the chicken, I will do in a griddle pan. I think what I might do is literally just like sear it, seal it, get the meat nice and sort of flavour some, get some rub on it, and then literally just both sides, away you go on a griddle pan.
Will it be you doing this, or will you be?
No, I'll do it.
Will you?
Yeah. No, I'll do it. Yeah, you cheeky little runs. No, I'll do it. Look, my cooking repertoire is not as vast as a lot of people, but there's things I can do. Yeah, I'm more than capable of griddling and cooking sort of some chicken and with herbs and spices and that sort of stuff. Chilies, I'm okay. Sort of one pot wonders, so they do like a pork and tritso rice. That might go well actually.
I tell you,
pork and tritso rice is nice. So that might work actually. I might try that.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Yeah, I might do that.
Like Andy said, you were thinking about firing up the old grill, weren't you? Getting the old propane outside and getting the old barbecue fired up.
Yeah, it's been awful weather though. So I don't know when I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, forecast.
But yeah, I got my eye on a slow cooker, smoker. So.
Oh yeah.
I might just buy it and not tell my missus.
Have you got a slow cooker though, as opposed to like?
We got a slow cooker. Yeah. I meant the
like a smoker sort of thing.
Smoker, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was, yeah.
There's a guy that I follow on Twitter. He's a Bears fan, and he effectively, I think he just thinks he's in America and he's going to a game every week sort of thing. And he talks about he preps his meat. He's got brisket and stuff, and he puts in the sort of smoker, and he'll take it out like the following day, and he literally take hours and hours and hours, and he'll pop sort of photos on there, and it looks like it just sort of it just falls apart. You'd be like, oh, literally look at photos, you salivate, like, oh my god, I bet that's so good. So yeah. So but he go on, Andy. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just going to say, Johnny's like that. When you look at some of his like Instagram pictures, like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm there chewing like a dried bit of chicken. He's there like it's proper 24-hour ribs and stuff like that. Oh.
Yeah, he shared a picture. I think it was tail end of last week. Him and his brother were up at 4:00 in the morning getting chicken and everything done for the big game. Just amazing. Yeah, and it looks phenomenal stuff. And he does a lot, doesn't he?
Well, that was the other thing I thought, is whether or not you do. So whether or not you could do some ribs with the rubs, or you could do some, you know what, you get the so just get some chicken wings or get some legs or whatever. You can literally just effectively and they might be slightly bigger than the ones you get in like restaurants or stuff. But you could definitely do that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that'd 100% work.
Yeah, that.
And actually, you could do some sort of wedges. You could do some spicy, fiery sort of wedges, salt pepper wedges, something like that. That'd be that's a plan.
Definitely, definitely.
But it's working out what goes best with what, if you know what I mean.
That's it. What I did when I first opened up was just take a little bit of a pinch out of the top, just try it by itself. I might be brave doing that with a pack and eat. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, it'd be like, but that's more.
The bagel on the ballistic one, I thought I could get a teaspoon of this. It's amazing. I could just eat it by itself. It's phenomenal.
In the hot tub.
In the hot tub, yeah, that's no food allowed in the tub. The wife would just
plenty of drinks.
Plenty of drinks, yeah. As long as it's out of a plastic glass. We have rules in this house, which I must obey, and the rules are mostly there for me.
I was going to say, yeah.
No running near the pool.
Slippery when wet.
Yeah, that's what you only. I said before, beans don't run. So you mentioned the Bears there, Gaza. Are we going to quickly gloss over, because we said we mentioned that little bet that we had. We're going to quickly gloss over and move on, because it wasn't a good week for anybody, was it? Let's face it.
No. Actually, no.
No.
Let's just leave it like that. No, it wasn't the best for the Bears, and let's just say that on very social media outlets, the love for Matt Nagy's sort of isn't there really. No. Bears fans are proper venting. And there was a guy that posted all the quarterbacks that we've had in the last, I think, like 20 odd years, and he then posted like, well, Nagy's offense didn't work with Foles, it's not work with Dalton, it's not work with Trubisky, and he went back and he's like, it didn't work with any of the backup guys either. And it's like, common denominator here, it's Matt Nagy's play calling. And a lot of people are just saying, look, not quite let Fields call his own plays because he's a rookie and this, that, and the other, but you have to give him the opportunity for plays to develop. And that's the problem that you've got with Andy Dalton. He's a quick fire quarterback who's very short yardage. He's not very accurate downfield. He's short yardage and he just doesn't let the plays develop. So he'll throw a pass and it's like, if you just let the play develop a little bit, actually plays become open, and that's what we want with Fields. It's like he's a bit like Patrick Mahomes, I suppose. He's a bit more mobile. He can prolong the play, and that's what we need in order to allow our guys to get free. Matt Nagy just doesn't let him do that. Literally, just doesn't let him do that, and it's like it summed it up when the team were playing. I can't remember the yardage of the kick that their kicker made, but it was one kick. It was like 50 odd yards or something. And that was more than our total offensive yards. And he's had one kick. Dear. And he just like, and the defense is obviously getting tired out because we keep turning the ball over. It's like 3 and out. To be fair, the punter's doing, he's getting a lot of practice because it's like 3 plays and then he punts and then they score and then we have 3 plays and he punts and they score. And the defense is getting worn out and our defense is mint, but it can't be mint if you're on the field for 50 out of the 60 minutes or whatever. No. It's just stupid.
No, it's not good.
So we can't, so until we get the balance between play calling, I quite like Matt Nagy a few years ago when he first came in, but losing patience with him now. He's just be you. Well, look in the mirror, dude. Don't be you. Be somebody else. You know what I mean? It's like it just frustrates me at the moment. And I speak for a lot of Bears online.
Yes, I follow a few Bears fans. And
everyone's saying the same.
Yeah. There's not much love for the guy.
No, and it's a bit of a shame. It's just that we've got this, I say, generational talent. He's not quite a Mahomes or whatever, or a Herbert who seems to have hit the ground running and stuff. But give him a chance. Let him play.
Let's see what he can do.
Rather than trying to fit the QB into the offense, you've got to realise what you've got as a QB and then make sure the offense fits around what the QB's talents are. And his is prolonging plays, going downfield. Matt Nagy will never call a pass play over 5 yards, let alone 20 yards. It's ridiculous.
That's scary.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So you guys lost to the Browns. We lost to the Bengals. And at one point, I think both our games were pretty much done and dusted. Well, certainly score-wise they were. And the Lions were leading the Ravens very, very late on. Very late on.
And because we'll play, Lions aren't great. However, I suspect they might beat us
next week,
which is really concerning.
Yeah, next
because obviously
week.
they're divisional, so we play them, I'm worried about that.
So you've got it's the Lions and the Bears, which is an interesting one in terms of our bet.
It is.
But then obviously in terms of your division, who've the Packers got? They got. I know they're at home. They've got a very, very tough game against a side from Pennsylvania making a trek up to Wisconsin.
Who's that?
The Steelers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's face it. So the Packers are winning one, aren't they? Let's face it.
I was really confident this year that the Packers, because the Aaron Rodgers thing, and is he going to be there? Is he not going to be there? And there was loads of talk about him not being there. And I was really confident that the Bears, with getting Justin Fields in and Rodgers not being with the Packers, we would have a real push for leading the division. We are so far off leading that division. It's just ridiculous. And obviously with Rodgers then going back and their offense looks
they were losing to the 49ers when they were 3 down to the 49ers with 27 seconds on the clock, and he pulled something out of the bag and they won. And that's just what he's capable of. Is those clutch plays that it just turns games.
But again, you look at Aaron Rodgers and what does he do? He prolongs the play. He moves out of the pocket, he scrambles, he allows his receivers to get free, and then he hits them.
His vision as to where the guys are running to. It's just, it's phenomenal.
And unfortunately with us, as I say, Nick Foles, he's a Super Bowl QB winner, Andy Dalton isn't, but neither of them can do the things that you look at someone like he's a little bit old school now, but back in the day, he's still brilliant now. But Russell Wilson, when he first came on, him, Patrick Mahomes, these guys that could, Aaron Rodgers, they can move out of the pocket, scramble, prolong the play, hit a receiver. That's what modern day QB.
It is, and it's something Big Ben's always been capable of doing. Not so much move. He's not the most mobile. Ever since his motorbike accident as well, he's certainly not been very mobile since then.
Let me just cut in because there's a clip of him online, and it's horrible. It's like even Big Ben can scramble out of the pocket, and literally he goes to yards and he stumbles, and he just does this half throw and stuff, and it was quite humorous. But look, you can't argue with Big Ben.
But I mean, he prolongs the plays in a different way. He's a big guy, 6'5". He's actually slimmed down a little bit actually for this season.
Yeah.
But he's always been able to take the hits, and he'll take a hit and then make the play.
Yeah.
And
he can stand in the pocket longer because of his size,
because of his physicality,
and actually, I suppose a little bit because of his offensive line as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas you slightly shorter, smaller guys like a Russell Wilson, for example, like a Patrick Mahomes, they can't stand in the pocket.
No. And Baker Mayfield as well is great. Great for extending.
Absolutely. So what happens? They scramble really well, and they can scramble either left or right, and they can make a play. Now, yes, you need to match up your wide receivers, and you need them to be clued into what the quarterback's trying to do as well. But by prolonging the play, you allow them to become playmakers because they then get free, which then means that you can hit them, which then means you make the yardage. It isn't rocket science to me.
No.
Having said that, I'm not an NFL offensive play caller, so I defer. However, there ain't much love for Matt Nagy at the moment. No. I'll be honest with you.
We'll see how long he lasts.
So who's going to win? Who are favourites then?
What for next week?
No. So Super Bowl. If you had to call a Super Bowl win now, early doors, who are you saying?
I'm going to say the Bucs again, dude.
You see, I'm going to say the Bills.
Bills are looking good.
I'm going to say the Bills.
Well, how did they get on week 1? Steelers beat them.
I still think that.
I think they're going to be there. I just got a feeling. Tom Brady just looks unstoppable. Gronk looks unstoppable. Lost. They did, actually, to be fair. They did end up losing, didn't they? Yeah.
And they said that it was the first time that Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes have lost on the same weekend since Mahomes entered the NFL.
Wow.
Now, they've obviously lost individual games, but
they don't lose a lot, though, between them, do they?
No, but for them both to lose.
Yeah, I've just got a feeling it's going to be the Bucs again.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's because I really don't want it to happen, so I know that it will.
You see, I think the Bills are pretty strong. I think, unfortunately, Cheeseheads. I think Green Bay will be.
Yeah.
They'll be thereabouts again. I think, but I think all three teams are.
Not gonna happen. I'll set off a playoffs with this, right?
Yeah, I'd be delighted at playoffs.
So that's it. That's NFL. That's done. Let's just forget that.
Let's forget that.
It was a painful, uncomfortable week. So what else has been going on in you guys' world then?
Just I say sort of back to work. We've got obviously Ryder Cup happened. The official Ryder Cup happened last weekend. We have the important Ryder Cup happening this weekend at Witchwood Park.
Oh wow!
Which is Europe versus America annual thing. So that's Saturday, Sunday this week. But yeah, I was disappointed with the golf, I have to admit. I hate losing to the Yanks, but Europe got absolutely stuffed. Conservatively, the Americans are a very good side. So, but no, not much. I spoke to Big Ray about the world record attempt and all that, and the disability darts. And there's a little bit of work to it, Rado, which I wasn't sure about.
No. Yeah, you said.
Yes, it's wheelchair accessible, but they're looking at trying to convert one of the toilets to make it sort of wheelchair accessible. They have an area identified that they could use, which is great. He was massively open to the idea, and he was like, "Oh, I haven't got time to organise." I was like, "Whoa, Big Ray, you don't need to. They will do that. You just need to provide the, And he was all up for it, and it's funny because I was chatting to Vron, and she was saying that Daz has been saying the same thing she's saying the last 5 or 6 months, that the disability darts is something that he thinks that Radway should get involved with and should try to promote and stuff. So, that's good that there's a couple of other people there that effectively we could rope in and we could help.
Well, Daz, if you're listening, if not, Ron, if you're listening, just mention it to Daz. I have applied for the record. I've paid the administration fee. The record is applied for. You'll be pleased to know. Woo! We're going for the trebles. Most trebles in 24 hours. It's going to take about 12 weeks for him to get back to us. But yeah, Darren Winder.
Chris Pyatt, Andy Bickley.
Sid's already in. Weaver's already in.
Let's get the crew back together. Let's get the boys back together.
We're getting the band back together.
Absolutely. So look, let's look forward to that. Let's see where we go.
And let's rope Helen back in as well, doing the raffle. And if it is going to be more of a darts-based thing, we've still got the signed darts board, haven't we?
I've still got signed darts board, yeah.
Which is signed by Phil Taylor, Michael Smith,
Ian White,
and Andy Hamilton. Is that right? Hamilton, yeah. So some good big names on there.
Let's look at trying to do it. Well, actually, Vron was very complimentary about the new format of the podcast.
Cool.
Much love for getting back to just guys having a chat, which was nice. But yeah, let's get the old crew back together. Maybe we sort of swerve Kimbo, but we'll wait and see. Stuart, if you listen, I apologise. But let's get the band back together and see where we go.
Now we've got to have Kimbo there just to get on Weaver's nerves.
And he did.
And he did. And he will.
And he will, yeah. And I'm sure he will.
I'll do my own trebles. Most treble pirate I can jump.
No, what was
and the answer is 2.
Yeah.
What I was thinking though, Andy, is what you could do is we can get some more reload over, and you can almost do, depending on what time of year we do
griddle.
You can get like almost like I say George Foreman, but you've probably got more hair than him. So like a grill, or you get outside because they've got a canopy bit, so you could barbecue. And you get the it's Andy's grill.
Not only that, he's going to have a very busy job because we're going to need a podcast recording, so somebody needs to anchor that.
Absolutely.
I can't do it if I'm doing my treble world record attempt.
So every treble we hit on the dartboard, you have to drink one. Can you imagine the state?
Oh dear,
yeah. Treble.
Yeah, he would just have 2.
I will be Father Jack in the corner.
But no, I mean, look, we've mentioned it sort of previously, and it has been a bit of an eye opener. The sort of going up to disability darts. Thank you also to the guys that we met at the disability darts. They now follow us on social medias and stuff and are retweeting. Obviously, Jed, thanks for all the retweets. We will be in touch regarding the boards.
Definitely.
I know you've said that you might be prepared to do something for us, but we'll
he was very keen. He wants to make it happen. I think, his concept obviously wasn't the intent wasn't actually for disability darts, was it? It was so he could play darts against his son.
Yeah.
Which is, such a simple concept. But yeah, now he's realised actually the huge benefit it could have for that sport. Yeah, he's really, really keen to progress it and make the tweaks necessary that they sort of fed back to him at the darts that weekend.
And, I was talking to the guys that play Super League darts with me on a Thursday, in particular Daz and Vron, Helen was there. And, I was talking about the interview we did with Snowy, and Vron commented on the interview we did with Snowy, thought he came across very well, very forthright in his opinions. But actually, she said she felt as though he did challenge us to think, well, and I said, to be fair, Vron, I said that, there was an hour off camera that we just ended up just chatting, and he massively challenged us.
100%.
How many people have got in your team? How many people have got in your league? How many people have got in your area? And I was like, oh, God. And he said, why do you not know that? It's because they don't come, because there's no facilities. So if you can provide the facilities, Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come, sort of thing. It's like,
I think there's a lot of truth to that, though. And funny enough, I didn't know it came from Field of Dreams, but that's been in my mind a little bit, actually.
If you build it,
it will come, yeah.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that is the case. That there's enormous, we don't know the actual size of the prize and how many people actually want to get involved.
No.
But you're never going to know unless you do that work in the first place.
And look, we talked about, and I don't know whether this will be the case, so don't hold me to it, but we talked about, £1,000 prize pot or whatever it may be. And if we can get that, great. If we can't, we can't. We'll look at trying to get a couple of sponsors. We might look at maybe Dave and Scott, can they do something? We'll look at a couple of local businesses here, can they do something?
We'll make something happen.
Yeah.
We'll make something happen. We will make something happen. I'm determined for this one. I think this time, to make it sound like the trilogy, this time it's personal.
Yeah, it is. It is a little bit, because something that you said when we were in Scotland, you said it last week on the podcast. If we don't do anything, we're actually worse than the people that weren't there, because they don't really know any different. Whereas we've been there, we've spoken to people, we now have the knowledge as to the situation that they're in. So if we don't do anything, we're actually worse than they are.
Yeah.
And we're not naive now, because we have the knowledge, and therefore we're just ignorant. So we're not naive, we're just ignorant if we don't do anything.
Yeah, and I think that's key. I think that's key, because had we have not gone that weekend, we wouldn't have known there was a problem. It's been, it's been literally put right in front of our face, and it's not been. It's actually always been there. We just weren't thinking in the way that actually how the human beings anyway, by their very nature, are terrible at putting themselves in somebody else's shoes and seeing the world through their eyes. We're terrible at it by nature. That's just the nature of the beast. But we were given the opportunity for just from their frank honesty, and certainly Snowy's frank honesty, that I actually think that's And it's weird, because the guy that I played, and I've spoken about, so Graham Mitchell, that I spoke about when I played him online, and it's strangely, the disability darts, I always assumed were just losing an upper limb, and they were still standing, but they maybe had a prosthetic arm, or maybe they lost a bit of sight, or whatever it may be. And it's only really after talking to Snowy that I thought, oh my God, yeah, they're actually, there will actually be people wanting to play darts that are sitting down. So how are we expecting them to throw a board? Yeah.
But you know what I mean? And it's weird how you perceive these things, because I think because of playing Graham, who is a standing dart, he's a standing dart player, he has a prosthetic arm and he plays. That was my perception of disability darts.
Yeah.
And it was from talking to Snowy, who said he started as a standing player, and then he lost one leg and then lost both legs, and then he became an effective wheelchair playing dart player, that I suddenly started to think, wow, yeah, there probably will be quite a lot of people out there. So that I can't believe you've done it already and you've applied for it, and we're on it. While we're on that, I did speak to Big Gray about the previous one that we're still pending, and he did say yes, he would look at it. He said effectively he's got the statement ready for Guinness Book of Records, which literally just states he is a member of the BDO, he's a bona fide official of a local darts league, blah, blah, blah. So again, hopefully Chris and Jordan and Andy and Daz and Weave and Sid, hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll get rectified. We will be genuine world record holders again, and soon to be.
And hopefully we can get this one through.
Is there another one? Is there one already for most trebles?
No.
So again, Guinness are going to set us a target.
Set a target. They'll probably put it a little bit higher on the basis. Actually, we outperformed
the last one.
Yeah, we outperformed it by quite a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we can get so we're actually holding 2 Guinness World Records at one time, then I can hang up the whatever it is you'd hang up as a Guinness World. You hang up my can of Guinness and be done with it, and then we can.
Whoa. There's one that we still have to reclaim.
Oh no, we don't. We've got it. It's still
that bathroom wall's bare. It needs more certificates.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's that I've not taken that one down just because it's been beaten. I'm not. It doesn't say on there. Oh, by the way.
We will.
Oh, dude, it's 51 hours in a minute.
Yeah. We basically did that. It's only because, okay, Stu helped us out, but he had his little to do at the end. Yeah. We'd have done that.
Andy though chirping in, just start a bit early. That's as simple as that, Andy.
You can always join us.
We started it right. It still baffles me starting a 48-hour plus marathon, and he started in the evening when you've been up all day. It's incredible.
I woke up and went to work at 6:15 in the morning, and then started the world record after I got home.
Yeah, we could have made it easier for ourselves.
To be fair, Andy, it's just a stadium weight record, so you're more than welcome to join us. You just need to literally just throw a dart at a board. It doesn't matter what you hit, dude.
Well, that's
people.
You can hit people.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine as long as you throw it towards the board. Yeah. Well, that's the thing with the pairs darts marathon. There's no skill involved. And actually, if you looked at it, the next game we were due to play, once we called it down on the record, was the 501st game.
We played 501 legs.
Exactly, yeah. So that's where we called it a day. But actually, if you look at the record for most legs played in 24 hours, it's more than that what we mustered in 48 hours.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, it is. So someone played a lot more.
So it's literally just been
but probably were better than we were to begin with.
Yeah. Wow. Really?
Yeah, it's difficult to believe people are better than us, isn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't actually thinking that, but now you mention it. Well, if you see my average over the last couple of Super League weeks, then it's not. Yeah. Anyway,
Dabble.
So honestly, their record over 24 hours was better. Well, they played more legs over 24 hours than we did over.
Yeah, they played more than 500 legs in 24 hours. It took us 50 hours to play that many.
Wow. So either that's a combination of them being much better than us and therefore finishing legs quicker, or just not having breaks and just literally
Well, we took it slow, so it's not to have to use a break. So if you needed a pee, you got yours out of the way, and then the 3 guys are through really slow, and you go.
Yeah. So we didn't have to use up a break.
Go splash your boots and charge back.
Yeah. Wow. But no, that's exciting then. If you've done it and waiting,
it's logged. Yeah. So just make sure when Big Ray puts his information on. Puts it on the right one now, because obviously he's got the same logon details. It's the same logon details for both. So just make sure. You can see Big Grey doing it.
Logging on the wrong one. It's like, why is this not working? Sorry if anybody heard that. That was just a left being opened there. So, but that's exciting. Then so we've got a cause.
We do.
Which is this is the thing. Are we going to give it to the WDDA or? What's the cause? Is it
the cause is disability darts in Radway Club effectively, because we're getting that place ready.
We're not raising money for the WDDA. We're raising money to hold an event.
Right. It will be on behalf of them, I suppose. But in terms of it's because the other thing is, you see, that we said we'd like to do. The reason why we like to do it, is to do it for disability darts. But second of all, is Radway Club have been fantastic to us over the records that we've attempted. Giving us the free facility, supplying us with free food, supplying us with free Red Bull and all sorts.
Yeah.
So we're doing something for them.
Because remember that I mean the Radway Suite sort of rebranded their function room. It can hold couple of hundred people. I can't remember the exact capacity, but a couple of hundred people. You know, so if they get a couple of functions out of that, they get some membership out of that. They get some guys that want to come down and become members and have a game of darts. You know, that's the thing.
And we're improving the facilities there by way of sort of saying thank you very much for letting us use your facilities on the times that you've done and for a great length of time. Let's face it, you know, we clogged up their dartboards, one of their dartboards, for I don't know how long. Well, 51 hours. Yeah, and they clogged the toilets for 24 hours.
And you know they've got a couple of teams that play out of there on a Monday night, sort of local league. You know they've got, and again they've got a couple of pool teams, and I don't know, and this is going to sound really naive and ignorant maybe, but I don't know whether or not players in a wheelchair are the wheelchair pool players, and do they use? I assume they use the same height table. I don't know. So you know, there's all sorts of
something else to look at. So,
you know, I say there's obviously a Super League darts team on a Thursday night. You know, so they have been fantastic to us. And yes, obviously my old man has a lot to do with it, Big Ray. But they were fantastic in the world record attempts that we've made. Faultless. That's a decent. That's it. Oh, and while we're on about that, by the way, there's a couple of people that were scorers in the initial world record attempt at 40 who are expecting.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that.
So, congratulations,
Stacey and Andrew.
Yes, congratulations on your potential new arrival. I hope everything goes okay.
That's it.
I believe it's their fourth trial.
4 suckers for punishment.
I'm gonna have to have a word with him, honestly. But no, Stacey was fantastic when we did our regional one.
Well, here's the thing, Andy. Think about this now in the concept. Obviously, you can picture this in terms of you literally going through exactly the same thing at this moment in time. So we did this on a Valentine's Day weekend, made it very popular with our prospective wives, as you can imagine. Well, this lady gave up her time, given that she had a child 6 weeks before at Christmas time, and she came and spent pretty much 24 hours with us, marking and just helping out. And don't get me wrong, she's attuned to staying awake when you know that sort of age, but that time away from a young child, you got to say fair play for putting in that effort with us. That's mad, isn't it?
Just done it for a break.
Probably.
I'm ready to go back to work.
I'll come and hang out with these goons for a few hours. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
That is big.
No. Yeah, she was babysitting 4 people.
And you know what? And Stacey, if you do listen, you know we said it now. We'll say it again. Thanks for everything you did. You kept us sort of fed and watered and looked after us, and were there with us for a lot of the time. Actually, you know. And was it? So did she say it was her? I don't. Was it a birthday?
It was a birthday as well. Valentine's Day was a birthday as well, wasn't it? Yeah. So not only that, she gave up a birthday as well to spend.
No, that might be just from memory.
No, you're right. You are 100% right. You're 100% right.
Yeah. It's my birthday, so it's like, are you having a right? Honestly, like it was your birthday. She's like, yeah. So you spent your birthday with us.
It now.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know what, Andy? For no other reason other than to pay homage to Stacey's sacrifice.
I think it would be disrespectful to a sacrifice to do it.
What, to ask her to come and mark again?
Yeah, that's it. What do you mean you give me birth? Get down here, stop messing around.
You can't make it, Andy. Come on.
Yeah, come on, Andy, son. You're not doing that.
But no, congratulations to Stacey and Andy. Andy plays, local darts as well. That's where I sort of first knew him, really. Fourth one's on the way. So hope everything goes okay. But watch this space for new GWR.
GWR. Yeah, we'll be updating you all as we press on through it.
Can't help but notice, dude.
Dixon flannel.
This is a new Dixon flannel, is it?
This is a Dixon flannel bought by somebody else. It didn't fit him, and he couldn't be asked to send it back to the States.
And why are you looking at Andy?
Because it was Andy.
Okay.
So this one and another one. But actually, I've noted it down to speak just about every time we've done a podcast since. Dixon now is a UK site, so you don't have to pay the import fees, which were a little bit annoying because it was like 16 quid a shirt.
Wow.
And then obviously on top of the shipping, and then on top of the, I'm not going to say that they're not the most expensive shirts in the world, but they're certainly not the cheapest. and you pay for the quality that you get. And they are the best flannel money can buy. So there's a good shout. We're not sponsored by Dixon, but damn it, if they want to, we'll take
Absolutely, we'll take it.
But it is. Yesterday I was in my shorts. Today it is Dixon weather. So I had to get this bad boy out and take it for a test drive.
Yeah, today's been not great, I'll be honest. I thought, so I played golf Sunday and weather was quite nice. It was sort of shorts and t-shirt and it was lovely. And then you sort of saw the forecast and it's a bit like, yeah, some wind and rain was going to come in. It's got a cold front. Fudging hell, like Sunday night, like yesterday, I genuinely didn't sleep that much because the wind and the rain was horrendous.
Put too much packing heat in your chili, did you?
Is that what it was? So obviously it wasn't the wind outside, it was the wind inside that was a problem. Is that how it works?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
The duvet's hovering like a magic carpet, right?
Well, I've got a question for you. This is something I'm seeing all over social media then at the minute, and I don't really understand it. We get to sort of this time of the year. In my mind, automatically, if it ends
Please
in
don't say.
you start thinking.
Please don't say Christmas.
I want to say the C word for you. I want to say the C word, but that's how my mind works. But I'm seeing people posting and talking about Halloween. Just, what is the sense in Halloween? Can somebody explain to me? Don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to taking, hopefully this year, getting to take Matilda to trick or treating.
Half decent film.
It's half decent film. I'll say it is half decent.
Actually, we
it's
had
great.
not an argument, but we mentioned this on a previous podcast about films and stuff. You
it's
don't
okay.
rate it.
I think it's okay. It's not
So I like it, but
yeah, it's got some famous moments. But yeah,
I don't take it away from Christmas because people are going on about fucking Christmas. It's like, hang on, it's September.
Yeah, but there are people out there, Andy, that prefer Halloween to Christmas. I don't get it.
no, not for me.
You know what I mean?
I love
like to dress up. You know,
Dress
they got a little kink and they want to dress up as a pussycat or something. I don't know. Rubbing the chickens and all.
Yeah. I'll let Lynn that's what goes on in the Ryan household, I think.
I don't do Halloween.
Jason Voorhees as opposed to Christmas Elf.
Yeah.
Take your pick. I mean, one's got a dark soul and one hasn't.
Yeah, one hasn't.
Don't have a soul.
Yeah.
No, but
when I was a kid, I loved Halloween. It was brilliant. You dress up as something, you go out trick or treat, and getting all the sweets and stuff. What else could you want?
You see, it's weird because
Christmas. That's what I want.
I was never a massive Halloween.
You're a bit anti-Halloween, aren't you?
I am a little bit anti-Halloween.
You tell your story about because I told you I was going to run out of this, but I'm going to grab myself another beer.
I am a bit anti-Halloween just because I think I never really. Growing up, we never really celebrated it. It was never really anything in our household, really. I think it's more of an American thing, really, that's come, it's travelled over, it's hit the UK and stuff. So we never really celebrated. Yeah, you did the odd apple bobbing here or there and stuff, but it wasn't like a massive dress up, go out, it just wasn't a thing. So all of a sudden...
He's back.
Yeah, with the Brewdog by the looks of it.
Brewdog Parma Violets.
So yeah, it wasn't. I'm not saying I don't get it. I'm just not sure what it celebrates.
I don't. Just recently, it seems like there's more fuss about it, and there's more people posting now. Like this is. I can't wait to get the decorations up. Like, surely you get your decorations up for one day. Halloween itself.
Halloween decorations. So
yeah,
Christmas decorations, yeah, but not until December. Not allowed pre-December.
No, I agree. December the 1st.
Christmas songs not allowed pre-December.
December the 21st.
Andy, you would not believe, right? Abigail, who is my, I say youngest daughter, she's 14.
Is she in trouble? Because you called her Abigail twice.
If you listen to this, Amy will be listening to this and she will say, "Oh, Abby, you're in trouble now." But she's talking about Christmas already. And for her, it's like you get rid of some holidays, you go back to school, and once you go back to school, it's Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's watching Christmas movies. She's playing Christmas songs. Me and Jenny both looked at her a couple of nights ago, and she played the "Do They Know It's Christmas?" And literally the first beat is like, "Doom." And we're like, no. And she's like, what? And Amy's what? And I can't believe you reckon. I was like, that's a Christmas song. That's not happening until December the 1st.
I guarantee you.
Not been at the Beans household, is she?
Well,
honestly,
there's something in the air. Because I tell you, Kim's watching Christmas movies as we speak. True story.
I'm gonna have a word. In fact, where's our WhatsApp?
You use a full name, Kimberly.
Kimberly.
See me through now. I'll be in trouble.
Sorry.
I'll be in trouble.
Yeah,
no. She's got like Hallmark Christmas movies on as we're speaking. I promise you. I was watching. I was in there, and I was enjoying them earlier as well.
See, no, because do you not think that it's a bit overkill if you start watching sort of September, October, November, December? Is it not?
The festive period is so short. You've got to build up. You got to start watching the bad films.
That's the third of the year, dude.
Well, I suppose I could start earlier.
Honestly, no.
No. Listen,
December the 1st.
Yeah, December the 1st decoration go, but there's a lot of
stuff.
Your
decorations go December the 1st.
Yeah, December the 1st. Yeah, maybe
early last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah,
because it's like my birthday mid-November. And you're like, I hope decorations up.
Definitely.
They didn't go up mid-November, you cheeky devil. But they do tend to go up end of November.
It was definitely earlier than the 1st of December last year.
I'm trying to think. We've booked a visit to see Santa, and it's at the end of November, and we're going to go stay in like a tent, not like a tent, like a glamping tent.
So we're going to stay in a tent.
Yeah,
but it's not like a tent.
No, a glamping tent. I don't know. It's not like you're not going to be freezing your nuts off. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line.
Is it a tent or a cabin?
Somewhere betwixt the two. I think it's like
tent, isn't it?
Fixed tent, but with.
Is it canvas?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll level you. I don't know. I didn't book.
You haven't booked.
I don't know.
You have no idea where you're going.
Listen,
what's going on,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll just put the postcode in the sat nav and drive there and be done with it.
You're driving. Wow.
I know, that's it. Yeah. It's scary, but yeah. So we've got that booked, and then the following day we take a train ride out into the woods to feed some animals, and then meet Santa and come home. So that's that this year, and that is end of November.
So that's Rudyard then.
Rudyard? No, it's not Rudyard. Somewhere I think it's. Oh no, I can't remember. It's near A Hall, and not Stuart. I apologise for that joke, folks. But yeah, Halloween. There's a lot of fuss about it early doors, and I don't understand the excitement around it. I don't see the fuss about it.
I don't. If I'm honest, as I say, it's not something we, as a family, sort of celebrated growing up. It wasn't something that registered in our calendars. We were aware of it and stuff, but it was just a massive. I think because I never really trick or treated.
Yeah, see, I did.
You see, I think it was not begrudge. I'm proper like I'm going to use a Christmas phrase now. I'm sort of the Grinch sort of thing. I'm like
the Grinch actually would make a very good Halloween outfit.
I just people knocking on your door begging.
So yeah,
do you know what I mean? That was the noise that you heard, by the way, with Adam, which is the Parma Violets Brewdog.
Man, I tell you, it's a beauty.
There you go.
Just a lovely Halloween drink.
It's just people, so knocking trick or treat. Well, treat. Okay, so you go trick or treat, trick. What are you going to do about it? No treats. What are you going to do?
Teeth at your house.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Exactly, just wrapping it round.
That's it.
But it's like, so if you say, go on then, trick, what are you going to do? So what are you going to do? Let like a whiz bang off in your horn or something, or like key your car, or let your tyres down, or how does that work?
Listen, I used to work in Runcorn, and they did something called Mizzy Night on the 30th of October, and that's the sort of stuff that went on. Yeah, your car was going to get trashed or something like that. Honestly,
is that the annual purge? Is that
honestly, well, to be honest, it was like that most days in Runcorn, but yeah, you did sort of feel like
the purge has not started.
This is Walking Dead live. But honestly,
let's go. Get it.
Honestly, yeah, it was, it was interesting. But yeah, they did something called Mizzy Night. I don't know what the Mizzy was short for. Mischief, I'm guessing.
Mischief.
Yeah, I'm guessing. And yeah, it was horrible. I hated working at that time. I remember there was some dude launching fireworks into my shop off the length of drain pipe.
So it is. So effectively, that is like the purge. That's like just
honestly,
on that night, anything
was,
goes and everything's sound.
Yeah, pretty much, and oh, gee whiz, I don't miss that.
No. But Andy, so back in the day, when you say you went trick or treating, then what would you get up to if there were no treats? What would your trick be? You mentioned egging there. Is that what you do? What was sort of the stuff you did?
We always got treats, but I do remember one time, I must have been about 7 or 8. The house was knocked on. They opened the door and it's launched a massive bucket of water out the door, and I sort of saw it and just stepped aside a little bit. And my cousin got absolutely drenched. I was just like, "What the hell was that?" Brilliant. I used to look like dress up. I did that time. I think I was like Frankenstein or something like that, with a big ass forehead and all that. But yeah, I used to get all the sweets and stuff. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's just
enjoy it.
You get like slightly older kids and they'll knock on and stuff. So if Tiddy, JJ come over, so yeah, great, no problem. But it's when you get like 12, 13-year-olds, you knock on the door and you're like, piss off.
I tell you what,
do you know what I mean?
I'm going to be going around with a jerry can see if I can get some petrol.
But it's just like, instead of taking money, take a massive handful and just like, seriously, like, come on. I mean, maybe it's just me being a bit of a Christmas Grinch, whatever, or a Halloween Grinch. I don't know, but like, come on, seriously.
I don't mind Halloween in itself, but it just seems to me like it's a one-day thing. I don't know if it's the Hallmark people and whoever who sell the merchandise trying to get a little bit of extra money out of us on the build up to it, get a little bit of money spent.
I get that it's a pagan calendar, so you've got like All Hallows Eve.
It was a pagan thing originally.
Yeah, so I get that it pagan festival or whatever it may be, but I don't get how that has transpired to come into sort of mainstream. But obviously, I get the Christmas and I get the Easter. And
Christmas was originally the 25th of December was a pagan holiday, and that's literally why the Christians picked the 25th of December. It's nothing to do with the birth of Christ. There's nothing to suggest that he was born. Well, obviously, it won't be the winter time because obviously out there it would have been a tad warmer. There wouldn't have been the three wise men traipsing through snow like you see on Christmas cards. But yeah, the pagan calendar had a celebration on the 25th of December. So the Christians said, that's not what we're going to celebrate.
So you're saying Halloween and Christmas should be treated equally as a one-day thing?
That's not what I'm saying. Oh, no. See, I get celebrating Christmas early because it is the season of goodwill, the festivities, the festive season.
They're both pagan and
I said that's why they picked the dates. I didn't say that they were equal.
So they should have a Christmas day and that's it, as opposed to a Christmas season.
No, I don't think so. I think like I've said before, truly blessed is he who celebrates and keeps a little bit of Christmas in his heart every day. And I think the spirit of Christmas is something that should last all year long. It's goodwill to all men. That isn't a message that's shared at Halloween. I don't think it's...
So what's the message at Halloween then?
Give us your candy or I'm going to fucking trash your car.
No, that's the tagline for tonight's podcast. If we can get away with saying it.
Yeah, probably not.
Give me your candy or your car's trashed.
I could picture Tiddy saying this in a few years.
Oh, yeah. Me too,
Going across the road.
Yeah. To be fair, if you've seen the back of my car, it's trashed anyway. He's already started. The mischief's already begun.
I don't know. I do struggle with Halloween just because maybe it's something that growing up we never really dressed up. And that's nothing as like mum and dad and stuff.
You did. I've seen pictures of you in a purple shell suit.
that was during my David Icke some face.
He's making a comeback, the lad.
No, he never.
He is. He's got a very popular YouTube channel.
He's at the Scientology or something or other or whatever.
Yeah, well, there's not Scientology.
Cosmos.
You all pretty much claimed he was a second coming for a while, didn't he?
So.
Our favourite thing that they said about him was like David Icke says he's going to save the world. We saved bugger all while he was at Coventry. Because for those who didn't know, he was a goalkeeper at Coventry.
He went to broadcasting, did he? Was it? Did he do like sports broadcasting
Yeah, he
for a
did,
while
yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
But he's
Before.
a famous shell suit wearer or whatever.
He was, yeah. He was the shell suit kid.
Not quite sure we got to that. That's a left turn.
That was a left turn. Yeah.
Left turn. Yeah. We took up Halloween and ended up talking about David Icke.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure how that works.
Yeah. You could go as David Icke actually at Halloween, couldn't you?
But no, we never sort of. We never sort of. I say celebrate. Do you celebrate Halloween?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's a celebratory.
Yeah, so what is it?
It's just a bit of fun. And I'm okay with it. Like I said, we trick or treated as kids, and I've not taken my kids trick or treating. The plan was to take Matilda last year. Obviously, people didn't want strangers knocking on the door at that time. Nowadays, hopefully I'll get to take her this year, but we shall see. We'll see how that pans out.
To be fair, there's quite on our. For the listeners, obviously, me and Adam live on the same estate and same park, so we're pretty much neighbours. There is a Barrington Park.
There is
friends group, and they will say,
"Come to this one.
Come to this one. Come to this one." Or if you don't want people coming to your house, make it known, and that's sort of. That's decent. That's sort of community based. And if you've got, and I'm not saying that the older generation don't want or do want, but if there's somebody that doesn't particularly want younger kids knocking on the door and stuff, it's like, oh, please don't come to, or we're going to be out, don't come, or whatever. And that, that's fine. Me and Jenny, for years, we'll just go out. We'll just go out for a bite to eat somewhere, and we'll just go,
Yeah, it's a good way of doing it.
Having said that, obviously, with two girls, they had friends and they trick-or-treating. Our girls wanted to go trick-or-treating, so then we sort of felt almost obliged to then be in, because if my girls are going out trick-or-treating, we would then have to be in to accept other people who are trick-or-treating, because that would be a little bit double standards, I'm okay for mine to go out, but for people to come to us, so I sort of get that, but I just struggle with where it sort of came from, and yes, it's a pagan, and yes, it's years gone by and all that, but I sort of I struggle with how it's got into the mainstream thing for me.
It's certainly very popular in America, but then again, we also have around about the same time we have Guy Fawkes Night, which I was explaining to my cousin Bo, because he arrives on the 5th of November.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're explaining that.
Did he not?
He didn't know. He didn't know. They didn't know. Obviously, they don't have bonfire night.
We got obviously the Thanksgiving and being in the UK, we sort of get that, but the stuff in the UK that the Americans maybe haven't picked up on, that might be one of them.
Well, if you think about it, it's based around an attempt to blow up the Houses of Parliament, so it's literally just celebrated. As far as I know, you can let me know elsewhere from elsewhere if you celebrate it, but it's just celebrated in the UK because I think we're supposed to celebrate the fact that it was unsuccessful. I think nowadays we're
successful.
Come on, try a bit harder next time, son.
We'll give you a bit of extra funding if you try a bit harder.
That's it. We'll do a Guinness World Record for you next time, Guy.
But so yes, and again for our American listeners, it was a guy who attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. He failed. And effectively, it's been celebrated that he wasn't able to overthrow the government back in the day, and blah 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 blah.
Nowadays, I think we'd celebrate that.
Yeah. So when does Bo arrive then?
He arrives here in Allsage. I think it's the 8th of November. Okay. So he'll be joining us on the podcast. So we record on a Tuesday on the 10th or 11th, but it'll be released maybe the week after that, so it gives me time to edit it. So while he's up here, I don't want to be editing podcasts and stuff like that, so I want to keep that week free. So it'll be a little bit of a sort of a week or so later. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. He's going to come on the podcast, try the Duchess and a few other things besides.
So is that? I was saying, I wonder whether we could get Andy down and we could all try a beer, maybe. But I don't know, with little Jackson around, I'm not sure whether
if it's doable. Yeah, if it's doable, it's definitely something we'll have a look at.
Happy. Well, I'm happy.
Are you happy to walk next door?
I'll stumble next door. It's fine. But if you've just got you and Bo, I'm happy to do next door or here. It's fine.
Now come over, dude. You come over, and if Andy can come over, then all the better.
And we can practice. Mate, I'm not saying make that a beer podcast because there'll be lots of things we want to talk about, but you could do the Duchess. You could
we'll try some beers.
Maybe pick our own favourite beer. So I don't know whether you've had left, but that's mine at the moment. So
I've got a fridge full of different beers for him to try at the moment, because obviously he should have been coming earlier in the year. So I've got left out there. Obviously got Delirium Red, Delirium, Duval, a couple of Duvals as well. And then obviously some double trouble beer.
18.5% one that we tried in Edinburgh. You need to get them a can of that.
I don't know about that. I see, yeah. I'd have that again. I quite enjoyed that myself, but it was slow going. That would do you for the full hour of the podcast. That would one of them.
It was tasty. It was a nice drink, but it was quite a challenging drink.
It was. But we say, speaking about an hour for the podcast, it'll take an hour to drink it. We're around about the hour mark.
Yeah, honestly.
That's whipped by, isn't it? That has whipped by. So, who wants to say their goodbyes or any messages first? I have 4 shout-outs that I want to do this week. So if anyone wants to go first, I'll let you do so.
I'm going to shout out Scott Hansen on Red Zone just because I love that guy. 7 hours of commercial-free football. So I love that guy. And Scott, if you're listening, keep going, dude. I've mentioned her a couple of times. Ron always gives us some good feedback on the podcast. She was massively open and honest and said she wasn't a massive fan when we changed the format. She absolutely loves the new format. Going back, what she said, back to your roots, back to just guys sitting around the table having a chat. So big shout out to Ron. Daz, again, big shout out to him. He's a little tinker man with his little dart, so I love that. And then, other than that, really, Scottish Alchemists for retweets. I tweeted out a pre-podcast tweet. They liked it. They've retweeted it. So again, thanks, Paz. You know who you are. Paul Price, guy from Witcher Park, he plays golf the same club I do. Massive Washington Football Club fan, NFL fan, Coventry fan. I think they're doing okay in it.
Yeah.
Div 1 Championship. Div 1 are they? Championship?
Who knows? Certainly not me.
I'm sure he'll tell us. But yeah, big shout out to Paz. If you're listening, look, let us know what you think, Paz. Hopefully you're a new listener and a convertee.
A retained listener, we'll call him that. So we'll give it a very dirty title. Andy?
I'll keep it short and sweet. Cheers. See you later. I'll go and get another glass full in a minute.
Oh, that's why he's thirsty. That's why. Yeah, I've a couple of shout-outs, a couple of podcasters actually I want to give a shout out to. Mark Birtles, remember Mark Birtles?
I do remember Mark Birtles.
Mark Birtles is part of the Railwaymen podcast. He's a regular feature on there. They talk about Crew LX football. Are they in Division 1 now?
Div 1, yeah.
Div 1 and Div 2, yeah. Massive shout out to Mark. I didn't know he did it. I listened to it the other day. Yeah, really good on it. Not a big fan of Crew LX, to be fair, but they are a local club.
Mark, if you're listening, I don't know whether you know the guy, but get in touch with Aid McGarry.
Aid McGarry, yeah.
So obviously Graham McGarry used to do commentary for Crew for a while. You know, so the McGarrys obviously Crew guys, so they live in Osage. So Dom lives just at the bottom of our close.
Oh, that's why.
And then Aid is his brother. He plays local darts and stuff. He's a bit of a railway man as well. So maybe shout him up.
That's it, definitely. And then Kevin Green, the tall, thin idiot. I wanted to give him a shout out. He has a podcast called The Tall, Thin Idiot. I'm not just being rude. But he's also started another one called Scary Tales from Scary Places. So I wanted to give him a good shout out. He's an English chap, but he lives in Wales. God bless him, Abergele in Wales. And then Mary Escobar, Purposely Curious. She tweeted us back when we were tweeting about the NFL, gloating as a 49ers fan until it went south for them against Green Bay. So, yeah, say hello to Mary, who's currently suffering with a broken collarbone, fell off a bike.
We need to get them on.
Yeah, well, yeah, we do actually. It's, like I say, getting...
I know, time-wise,
it's 8 hours there in LA, Mary and Leonie are. So, yeah, I definitely need to get them on. But, yeah, get well soon, Mary. Broken a clavicle. Falling off a bike. I don't think it was a Peloton that she has, but I think it was a genuine bike. It was a Peloton, for shame. And then finally, last shout out for me, a guy called Jeff Walker. Jeff, is a Canadian guy. He does listen to this podcast. God bless him, he's listening, and he's given us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. So definitely thank you very much, Jeff. And he has a podcast called Jeff Does Vegas, and he also has another one called Sin City Stories. But now that the borders are opening back up again, he can get back down to Vegas, and he's going to start up his Jeff Does Vegas podcast. And I love that one. I've missed that one. I'm glad to have it back. And that is me done for this week. So take care, guys. Celebrate Christmas. Don't celebrate Halloween. See you next time.